tell we're getting close to the end of the year because our supplies are starting to run low.
And what we're wearing is getting a little cold out.
It is freezing cold out, but it's October. It's the beginning of October.
Yeah.
We're on a huge lake and a real different experience today.
Well, what you say is huge lake. I mean, this lake, we're on the Arrow Lake chain, and it's got to be close to 80 miles long. It is big water. But again, it's really unique fishing because we're going to be fishing top water.
To the surface, yeah, we've got some big rainbows hopefully coming up today to the surface.
Yeah, and what they do is there's a whole bunch of cedar bugs that come out at this time of year, and there's a lot of hoppers around still, and they'll go right in by the banks. Those big rainbows know they have to fatten up for winter. They slide right in by the cliffs and the banks here and feed, and so you can get top water action.
We're going to go right in tight.
Right in tight, yeah. I think we'll cast right into the banks. You cast right in close to the cliffs to start, and you can even go onshore and cast out and catch the fish.
Amazing. What we did was we stopped about 100 feet out so we could get rigged up and ready to go. So I guess we could putz our way in there and see if there's anybody ready.
And you know, there's big key times too. You know, out here, it's usually when it warms up a bit, around 1 o'clock to about 4 o'clock. It usually gets warm enough and they all come up. So it's midday fishing to boot with dry flies. So let's put her in there and try it.
Okay.
I think the best place to start will be in that bay.
Go right into the
bay in there.
Yeah.
And then we'll drift with the wind. I think that's the best way of doing it too, as everybody knows, is you kind of go with the wind. You want to do a drift. You don't anchor up. We'll actually move in, get near the cliffs, and just drift with the wind and keep casting for shore. Oh, look at him going. Holy cow.
Good fish.
Oh, is he ever?
Well,
what? Oh, he took 2 screaming aerials and then out he went.
That is a nice fish.
Wow.
That is a very nice fish.
Oh man, these are just so hot to fish in here. And actually what we should talk about is recommended setup.
Yeah, good idea.
Maybe we should go through that a little bit. Well, what I've got, I'm using a, what am I using? A 6 or did a 5? Did I take a 6 or a 5? Actually, I got the 5 on.
Yeah, I've got the 6. Yeah, so there you go. So you're looking for a 5 or a 6 weight rod. And the reason for the 5 or 6 weight rod is because of the size of the fish. We know that the fish can get up over 20 inches out here.
Yeah, they can get big.
Yeah.
Plus we're casting pretty good sized flies. You know, we're using 4X and 5X tippets. I know I've got a 5X tippet on right now. So you have to be fairly careful with the fish.
Yep.
But they are moving. It's just after 1 and we're getting some good action.
So what about leader? How long have you got?
I've got a 9 foot.
Okay.
9 foot 4X leader on right now. And I've put about 2 feet of tippet on there. 2 feet of the Power Flex, the real Power Flex tippet.
Yep.
Real nice stuff, the 4.9.
Perfect.
So
oh, what a good looking fish too.
Oh, they're nice and silver, man. When he's taken to
Unreal.
the air, they are. And you know, a lot of people in big lakes, it can be intimidating. And if you were to fish this lake, you know, in July or August, you think, oh, what kind of drugs are these guys on? You know, it's like, you're not going to get this kind of action. But it's just in September and October where these fish know that they're going to be able to get these, kind of flies, the hoppers, the cedar bugs, and that on the water. And they'll take it. That's what's so neat is they take it dry.
Yeah, right up off the top. You get to
right
see
off
it.
the top, you get to see the whole thing. Well, since we're right on shore, I'm going to try to release this guy on shore. You want to do the?
I'll pass you the
okay,
net.
sure. Yeah. Oh, these are slippery rocks too. If you ever come on shore, very slippery rocks. Boy, this guy, a great account for himself. Clear the fly first. Should be right in the corner of the lip. There it is, right there. Larvist pops out. Let's get this guy out. There's a nice rainbow. Look at the beautiful colors they have here. All nice and silver, real green on the top. It's just a beautiful fish. Let's get him back, get him revived. He's gonna want to go right away, but we'll give him a little bit of back and forth here. There he goes. And whenever they want to go on their own, just let them go. That's why I like to hold the tail and just rock them back and forth. Because a lot of times if you let them go, they'll just float belly up and you got to drag them in again. Wow. Well, we've got some more great action, so stay tuned.
big airtime out here.
Oh,
Wow, it's still going.
Right on.
Well, you know what happened? You just did the magic thing here.
We ate.
Yeah.
You know, whenever fishing gets slow, well, Granny's notorious for this, but he usually grabs something out of the bag, so I did it this time. I went, grabbed the banana out of the bag, and right away, boom, fish on. Here, I'll get out of your way.
Hilarious, you know, because in the Columbia River, that always happens. It gets slow. I go eat. Whenever I go to eat, he catches a fish.
Oh, he just got off. Oh, and he snapped you.
Oh,
he
tragedy.
Snapped you on the big hair. That was a nice fish.
Was a good fish.
Jeez,
Yeah.
we haven't been able to show one yet. They seem to be, well, they're hammering the fly. We've had 4 nice ones on now, 4 dandies.
Yeah.
Well, that one, I mean, I don't know if anybody got to see the jumps, but that was a good fight. That had to be about a 16, 17 inch
Oh,
fish.
yeah, for sure.
That
Yeah,
was a
something
nice
like
fat
that.
one.
Yeah.
Right
Healthy
there.
too. Yeah.
We've just snuggled into shore, and this is another great thing. We floated in through the bay, ended up on shore. You just leave the boat here, you cast into the wind, and just let it come in.
We were over on the other side. It just got too windy, so I thought, well, we'll tuck around this side because there's less wind.
Oh, and that was a nice one. Gee, and we snapped off too. You know what? We're going to tie a fly on the bench, and it's called the MFB.
Yeah, because it's big.
It's big, yeah. You can get the name by that. It's Mike's FB fly. And it is. Mike Vaness, one of my relatives, he tied it up. Great little pattern, so stay tuned. We're going to go to the bench right now and tie that up for you.
Yeah, sounds good.
The fly I'm going to tie today really comes into its own in the fall when the cedar bugs are flying around, falling in the water, and the trout are keying on them. Make sure you have these materials ready before you tie the fly. For the hook, we're going to use a size 10 Mustad 531 dry fly. We'll tie with some UTC 70 black thread. We'll use some natural deer hair for the tail, some peacock herl for the body, and some natural deer hair for the back and wing. First step to the fly is to get a good base layer of thread built up, because you don't want that deer hair slipping on the hook. I've now taken a small portion of deer hair. We're going to tie this in for the tail. I've actually stacked it. I'm going to cut it and tie in a nice bushy tail and make it about half the length of the hook. Now I've stacked another portion of deer hair. We're going to tie it in, and you want to measure it up so it's at least as long as the body, because you want this to be tied in for the back and for the wing later. So we're going to tie this in at the very back of the hook. Now, the big key to the MFB is making sure you take at least 6 strands of peacock herl. And we're going to tie this in, and you want this body to be big and fat. That's the whole idea of the fly, just keep this body really big and fat. So we're going to tie in the peacock herl, and then wrap in a nice big fat body. Now that we have the body tied in, I'm going to take all my deer hair forward that I've tied in for the back and wing, pull it forward, wrap over lightly on it, and pull down just to flare the wing out. And then tie in front of the wing to make it stand upright. To finish the fly off, taking my whip finisher, and I'm just going to whip finish in front of the wing, behind the eyelet. And there it is, the finished MFB. And you know what? We'll leave it up to you to figure out what the MFB stands for. I was just complaining that every time I've come out here, I've caught a fish off that point. And I took a few casts and didn't get one, but on about the 4th cast,
You did.
I got one.
It goes in waves. It slows down for a little while, and so you eat. And that's what we just did. We just had lunch.
Seems like
Nice
we're
and slow
always eating
eat.
though, doesn't it?
Well, yeah.
Oh, another
nice
nice
little
rainbow.
guy. Yeah.
Okay, let's get this guy in the net. Again, a nice healthy bow.
Well, you know what else we should talk about too is the conservation that they've done here. Because this is really turning back into a good fishery, and over the next few years, it's going to be fun to watch it really take off. The rainbows are starting to get bigger. You've seen today, we haven't landed one of the bigger guys yet. Hopefully we will.
Yeah,
But there are some nice sized rainbows in here. There's some good sized dollies in here. And it's all dependent on that kokanee fishery.
He's a nice little guy here. Come on, get up there. There he is.
Yeah.
Nice little guy. Real nice colors to him. Put him back in. He's gonna go right away. These little guys have a lot of, there he goes, a lot of spunk. Yeah, and as you were saying exactly about the kokanee fishery, they started the fertilization like they did in Kootenay Lake. They started that a couple years back, and they noticed quite a bit of the spawning grounds have picked up.
A huge amount, yeah, and that's the way they measured each year. They measure the spawning grounds and how many fish return each year.
The kokanee.
The kokanee, yeah, it just gets more and more.
Everything goes in order. You know, you've got the good things, all the little small stuff, plankton and that the kokanee feed on.
Right.
The rainbows feed on the kokanee fry, and as they get bigger, they get bigger. It's just the whole chain.
Yeah, the whole system.
So I think what we'll do is try to keep everybody updated as we advance. Maybe try to get a show done out here next year and the year after and see how it advances.
Come back in the fall again and try it out. You know what would also be fun is when the kokanee are spawning, the big dollies sit at the mouths of the creeks too. So that might be an interesting show to do sometime too.
Try to get one of those guys.
Yeah.
Well, there's still more fishing to do though.
You know what we did? We walked the banks and we thought, let's get back to the boat and try and find a spot where the fish are at. And actually on the other side of the lake, the sun's starting to set, so we thought, well, we've got another hour or so of sunlight over on this side here. So we came over these cliffs and we're just getting up into what we think are the prime cliffs right ahead there. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm actually gonna slide to the back because I don't want to lose my hopper here. Because this fish is a little smaller, but he's not tiny. I mean, this isn't real big fish either, but they are meaty. There's definitely substance to them. Just flick him off. Look how silver they are. They're beautiful. You should just flick off. There he goes. On the hopper. That hopper right there kind of drowned right now. Get him back into better shape.
Oh man. That's a nice one.
You got a good one there.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's more the size we expect to get in here. And again, just tweaking the MFB along the rocks.
Yeah. Oh, what a great way to fish. You know, we're in a big lake. It's just amazing.
Look at that guy in the water. You can see him right down in there. You want to do the honors of netting this guy? It's kind of wound up a little bit. Right in the snoot, eh?
Definitely worthy of being netted.
Oh, definitely a nice fish. Very nice. Boy, and that guy, I just moved the fly, just that little bit, and he spanked it. He came up and just, oh, look at that. He's already off.
Off, yeah.
Just like that.
Well, at least he didn't bust you off. We were having all that trouble earlier today.
Oh, I know. Everybody can have a good look at him there. Real pretty, real nice colors to him. Real green backs, and they fit right in this water. He's going to go right away.
Yeah, oh yeah.
There he goes.
They have a nice color to him too.
Let him go. He just goes straight down.
Well, you know, straight down here is like probably 100 feet.
Yeah, it's quite a ways. We saw him in there.
We said this before. Oh, look at him shake. You gotta like the head shakers.
We knew he was there.
Yeah.
We saw him rise and you picked him.
Just a matter of getting the fly over him. Come on, let me go for a little run here. I hate having all this line below me here like this. Oh, because it's been a tough day hanging on to fish.
Yeah, but there's more in there too, Grant.
Yeah, I know. I think we've got the good spot here for about the last hour. It's going to be excellent. Get this guy on the reel because he is definitely worthy of it. There he goes. Oh, there we go. That's about the same size as, oh, the one you've just caught there, Don. About the same size. Not huge, just nice.
Beautiful. I got a fish going crazy in here feeding.
Oh, and the good air too. Oh, and there he goes. Just like that, too hard on him. Well, we got to see him. We got to see the nice jump there. He was a good size, not the huge one, probably the 15, 16 incher. We're working on the bank there. Don's hot onto one right now, so I think the action is going to be good here on in.
Boy, you knew he was in there working too.
He backed up for him
Unreal.
3 times.
Oh,
Well, you probably heard him in the last fish that I just caught like a minute ago. You could hear you in the background there. Oh, he came up again. Oh, he came up again.
oh, he was just going crazy. And again, oh, there he is. And he's not huge, but he's nice. I mean, this is all dry fly for this size fish, and it's a beautiful size fish. They're not huge, but you have the potential for the huge one. That's the nice thing about it. Okay, he's pretty well ready. Everybody's had a good look at him. You can see my fly is right on his top lip. So without touching him, well, look at him whine too. I'm just gonna grab the fly, because it is barbless. And we're just gonna
There we go, double header.
pop on, and there he goes.
Ah, double header too.
Oh no, beautiful.
All right, not a big one, just a nice size again. And you know what we're doing is, and what's important I think when you're hopper fishing like this is you gotta remember, take these off here, that the hoppers, they're coming down off of that bank up there. So some of them are falling like 30, 40 feet. So when they hit the water, they're making a noise. So when you cast in there, if you can kind of cast up a little bit, parachute style, let the fly come down, it kind of hits the water, it gets their attention. As soon as it hits the water, like Don said earlier, they're gonna come up right away to take that fly. Or just give it a couple tweaks. If not, cast out again and put it right down the bank. Especially when you get right against a cliff like this, because these guys they're smart. Fish are
Double
very smart.
header. Oh wow, awesome fishing, eh?
Oh, this is great.
That's
In a huge lake like
fantastic.
this, what a great thing to do in the fall.
Oh, plenty of fish that size feeding today too.
That is a nice size fish. That's a healthy, whatever, 12, 13-inch fish. Like that. Oh, and off he goes. The reverse release.
Wow, to be getting them the way we're getting them too is fantastic. I mean, right on the top, casting to the cliff, you can't beat it.
Of course, the most important part right now.
Oh, and there's another one.
Another one
About
right
to
there,
get
yeah.
another one. There's
Okay.
Got right in tight.
Shake and
Saw him.
bake.
There it is. Cast is there. Just got to float down in front of him, and he's going to take it for sure. You know, that's the neat thing about this is you know if you get the cast in there where a fish is, it's just a matter of time before he sees it and takes it.
That was hilarious, man. Did you ever go after
he
that?
smoke
hopper?
that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Again, right off the bank, just by nothing off the bank. And he came up after. He's been feeding on hoppers obviously for a while now because he's, oh, come back here. The way he went after that was hilarious. Like, this isn't the biggest one that we've had on today. This is, we've had some good fish on today. We just haven't been able to land. But it's just been an unreal day of fishing. You get out in a big lake like this. Oh, there's one boat coming down the lake right now. We've seen like 2 or 3 boats all day. Over however many miles of lake we've seen. Just amazing. Well, I'm gonna slide to the back here because it's a way easier to land these guys on the back.
Oh, that looks like a dandy. Boy, did he ever crush that, didn't he? He wanted it.
He definitely
Oh, that's a beauty.
wanted that guy there.
That's a nice fish.
Long fish.
Oh, yeah. He's over 18.
Look at that. Beautiful.
Isn't that a nice fish?
Oh, I love the colors on the
Look
other.
at dark green.
Dark green, yeah.
Just awesome. Get him back in the water here.
I love the colors too. These beautiful colors on
Oh,
it.
yeah.
That's nice stripe down the side there. Yeah.
Oh, he felt good.
He did. Well, he went after that grasshopper.
Oh.
It was hilarious.
Just popped it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there he goes. Ha ha ha!
Well, you just gotta wait till they're ready.
Well, gotta get that fly out there. Can't catch fish if not in the water.
And it's still great out right now.
Oh, it is.
You know, the first time I heard about this was about 15 years ago. You told me you're coming up here. There's a bunch of you came up here to fish. Yeah, right. Come up here to play cards and have some fun.
Well, that was the same idea when my father-in-law invited me up. They have this Vanessa family derby, and I thought, oh, sure, I'll go up there. Until he told me what lake it was on. Arrow Lakes, and we're gonna fly fish. I said, you're crazy. It's a huge body of water. You can't fly fish that until I got up here.
And it's just incredible. We've had a great day of fishing all day long. And the fishery has been so enhanced over the years. It's gone through its peaks and valleys, and a few years ago went through a bad valley, and now it's back on its way up again.
Well, hopefully they're doing a real nice job up here. They're doing the fertilization program, and it's starting to work. I hope it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it should be good. And when you get a chance to come up here, make sure you take care.
And conserve the waters. Doing a real nice job out here now, and it's starting to show. We're starting to see a little better rainbow fishery.
And you know what else is so neat about it? We're the only two guys in an 80-mile lake that are fly fishing today.
And that's the truth.
It's got to be one of the most peaceful, serene, beautiful settings you could come to fly
That's
fish in
why
the
I
fall.
love it up here. Absolutely love it.
See you next time.
When we take you sport fishing on the fly. One more fish.